Ask me anything. Write down some questions first. That's what is to be done. Write at least 5 questions. I'm going to come. Or you take a picture and send it to me.
We shall give 5 minutes, sir.
Yeah.
5 minutes for writing 5 questions.
You can also send it to me. 950, that's my number. 950 20 388 75. 950 20 388 75.
Would you mind just repeating once again?
950 20 388 75. Write down at least 5 questions. You can send it to me also. Anybody is ready, you could ask me. No, sir, DrTPS. That means you are not conscious of talking. Be conscious.
I think they'll take the opportunity to introduce themselves.
Yeah, 100%. Actually, I want them here. Come here.
Introduce yourself, tell the department to which you belong to.
Yeah.
On the stage. Yeah.
You are here in the
Yeah.
camera.
Oh, yeah. Hello, everyone.
No, hello.
Good
Hello.
morning.
Who is hello?
Good morning, everyone.
Who is hello?
Okay, fine then.
Who is hello?
Okay, what do you want me to do?
Who is hello?
Uh,
We don't know correct or not. That's how it is told. It is Alexander Graham Bell's girlfriend. Is there any Alexander Graham Bell's girlfriend here?
no.
Why we are not conscious? Say namaskaram.
Namaskaram.
Wonderful. Change your system.
Yeah. Yeah. So my question is, as you said that we have many roles. Everybody in the hall, including me.
Your name, your department. That's why he has
Yeah.
instruction.
My name is Sushmita Priyanka and
Susmita.
Sushmita.
Susmita.
No, it is Sushmita.
Yeah, Susmita.
No, please, it is Sushmita.
Where are you from?
I'm from Telangana.
Shu is generally Bangla. Su, Smita. What is the meaning?
Manchi.
Smile.
Yeah.
Correct. So that is Susmita. Su prefix is always good.
Yeah.
Su prefix is always good. Shubham. Wonderful. Very good. So Smita is smiling girl. So always you should smile.
Yeah, I do.
Susmita.
Okay, fine.
Which department?
I'm from School of Management, MBA.
Oh, I am an MBA. BA and MA together is called MBA. My subject is knowledge management, HR. Knowledge management. I did the ISRO knowledge management. That became an institute called IIST. So I'm the person who wrote the first note for creating Indian Institute of Space Technology.
Wow.
Where did you do your MBA?
It is a traditional MBA from St. Anne's, Medipatnam.
Medipatnam. I was a professor there.
I'll go.
I taught the management subject there, and I wrote a book called. You look at Medipatnam DrTPS MBA. You will see my lectures there and the workshops there. And I wrote a book from what I taught there called Emotional Intelligence for Corporate Communications. That book is also available on internet. And then I wrote this is book produced from my lectures in St. Anne's College, Medipatnam. and I had a summer camp conducted there. 1 month, the Medipatnam sentence, and I used to have summer camps there. So that's a place.
Now, can I go with the
Question.
Yeah. So as we are into many roles, like a mother, wife, or any spouse. I mean, again, husband should not feel bad here. So any spouse. Then basically, women have many roles. Like being a mother, being a. Again, I'm not offending any husband here. You also have the roles, but major of the children part is taken care by mother. So, suggest us a good solution or advice. How do we manage all the roles, especially children as a mother, by not getting burnt out or so called irritated or whatever you take?
The problem is her department.
No, please. My professional life and personal
No, you
life.
tell
is
me.
two different
You said
parts.
your department is which department? Department of management. You tell me what is the degree which you give.
Sir,
No, you tell me which degree you give to your children.
I just.
Now tell me what is the degree which you give. MBA. What is MBA full form?
Master of Business Administration.
Business administration. Is there a word called management? See, the question what she asked is, how do I manage? If I don't know cooking, what do I do is called managed cooking. Management is a worst word. Because you are managing, that means you don't know how to do it. Administration means you will never manage, you do it in the wonderful way. You understood the difference? Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you use all your skills, who is called the collector of the district?
Who manages the entire district?
Again, why are you using the word manage? Who administer the district? That's why it's called the Indian Administrative Service. He is not called the Indian Management Service. Management is a bad word. Management is not MBA. It is there in this book somewhere. Look at it. Okay? Eh? Yeah, don't manage. You got it. I have got 10 people. There are 10 vehicle requirements. I have only 8. What do I do? Manage. But collector is not supposed to manage like that. Have you heard polio administration? Medicine is not managed. I have got medicine for giving for 10 people. There are 20 people comes. Do I manage to give to 20 or get medicine and distribute? Getting resources is called administration. When you don't have sufficient resources, somehow optical. Jugad. Don't do jugad in life. Don't manage your family. Very, very specific. Understood now? There is no big problem. You should enjoy. The more you enjoy your job, if somebody pushes you on top of the mountain, it becomes so trouble for you to climb. You enjoy climbing, it becomes so simple. No, you enjoy it. Every steps becomes thrilling and passion. So start learning every role which you play in your life. If you don't, you think that life is so troublesome, I'm managing it. Don't. Definitely when you have a higher role, a smaller role will have to be shut out, or maybe less time you can invest in that. And you yourself is taking bigger roles, right? Do you think the chief minister's wife is in hospital, he will go and sit there?
No.
Because he has got a bigger role, right? You understood? So depends on your credibility in the society. Sometimes that's why I said Swadharma, Kudumba Dharma, professional Dharma, Samuha Dharma. Assume that you have got a bigger role to do, you will have to sacrifice your smaller roles. Your role goal balancing is based on which is my bigger role. If I have got a bigger role to be played, same example. Rama was asked to go to where? Vanaprastham. Do you think he went because his father asked? No. If father asked him to go, his wife would have told, don't go. Definitely the wife is not happy, he going away to the forest, right? He should have told, your father is telling, I am your wife, don't go. Whom he will listen? Confusion will be there. Definitely he will listen to wife. 100%. Once you are wedded, you should listen to your wife only. You are a good husband, Rama. But the problem is, it is not his father who is telling. It is the king of the land who is telling. Dasharatha is not just a father. He is a king. In Ramayana, DrTPS went to Fiji to teach Ramayana. There is a confusion. Most of the people will ask, Rama is not a good husband because he went, therefore the wife also has to suffer. Therefore the whole Ramayana came into picture. Otherwise Ramayana will not be there. Why Valmiki created such a thing? To say that there is a conflict between the whole lesson or Ramayana is when the father says you don't have to listen, but when the king says you are supposed to listen. Because you are supposed to be the next king. If king says and you don't listen, when he becomes king, what will happen? Suppose you don't listen to your principal, what will happen? When you become principal, nobody will listen to you. Arthamainda? Arthamainda ippudu? Etla cheyali? Weigh who is telling. Based on that, you should find your roles clear. That is why when somebody says you don't listen, they will say, I am telling you, you should listen. We are authoritatively saying because it is me who is telling. Correct? That is very, very essential. Got it? And that depends on. Come here. You don't want to show your face?
No, I don't want to show my face.
There are two students studied in same ANURAG University under same professor. Okay, one became Dharmaputra, another became Duryodhana. They started fighting. That is Mahabharata. Are you getting? Dharmaputra and Duryodhana, same professor. They studied in same class. What happened? One became Dharmaputra, another became Duryodhana. Why? Who is good, who is bad, you know, right? Who is good? And Duryodhana? Bad. Who says? The whole world says he is bad. Why? Is it because of professor? So no teachers can make children good. Lesson number 1. Is it because their family background? They belong to same cousin brothers. And one was a rich man king's son and the other was thrown out of the kingdom and mother looked after. So if mother looks after, children will become good.
Yes, that is.
And the father becomes, see, the father was blind and most of the fathers are blind in this world. Even when they get more power, they will become more blind. That is the role. But what happens is, when you become more blind, it is the wife who has to open the eye, but she became so loving, she closed her eyes. What a foolish lady is that? When husband doesn't have eyes, the wife is supposed to open the eye, right? What she did? Therefore, they produced 100 children. You never heard of Mahabharata like this, right? And when you have so many children, what will happen? You don't know with whom they will become company. So none of your children are good when they come to ANURAG. None of them are bad when they come to ANURAG. What happens is they make their pairs. That is why you say ANURAG has got 100% selection. Campus selection. What do they select? As soon as they come first semester, they will say who is my girlfriend, who is my boyfriend. They will pair themselves. Selection, 100% selection, right? And they will decide together we will go to America because here permission is not given. They go for masters and they stay there together. You know why Duryodhana became bad? Because his boyfriend was Shakuni. She doesn't know Shakuni. Do you know Shakuni was there?
I don't know.
You don't know Shakuni? Shakuni was the mentor for, you know the mentor's role. Dharmaputra's mentor was Sri Krishna. Don't use the word Lord Krishna. Many people use this word Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna means Lady Durga. Lord, female name is lady, right? Will you say Lord Krishna? Fine. Wonderful. Lady, will you call Parvati as Lady Parvati Namaskaram? You don't do that, right? So Lord Krishna, that's what generally used. Don't use it. Bhagavan Krishna was the mentor for Dharmaputra. But for Shakuni, who was the mentor? No, for Duryodhana, who was the mentor? Shakuni. Shakuni is from which place? Kandahar, Afghanistan. So what is the lesson from Mahabharata? Don't have company with Afghanistan fellows. You will get spoiled. Even today, that's the situation. Correct? So what you should have is a good company, good mentor, and what you do becomes so simple for you. What is lacking in India is good mentors. Correct? None of my MBA students in Aurora gave a project report from some MNC companies. I asked them to go to villages, find their problems around their houses, and that was documented. Out of 40, 23 of them got job. And I paid 3,000 rupees stipend to all of them while doing project from the department. We can make money. If 40, how many children you have in one batch?
60, sir.
60 children under her means she is the company owner, 60 managers under her. Are you getting what I'm saying? And if I can make 60 managers working under me in Hyderabad, if I don't know how to make money, what am I teaching them? So do you think that you have to teach all the subjects? You make them to learn. Tomorrow they are MBA. So 6 months or 3 months prior to that, they should become managers. They should start a company. I keep saying an engineering college is like a big factory where each one of you have got lot of engineers under you and lot of managers under her. No, lot of administrators under her. Got it? So change the system. Don't do lot of preparation. You make your children to prepare themselves. Yeah. Find out. MBA is not management. There is one title there. Read that. MBA is not management. MBA is administration. Administration is pull resources. Distribute. There is a beautiful book on monkeys carry, a manager carries monkeys on his shoulders. Manager carries monkeys on his shoulders. It's a beautiful book on how to, if you use the word manage, how to manage people, how to manage your time. When somebody comes with a problem, you say, don't worry, I'll tell you what to do. So everybody's problem becomes my problem and they become free. Don't do that. Distribute. Everybody should do job. Come on. So you know the importance of mentoring now. Correct? Good satsang. What is required? Good satsang, good company. Be very careful with whom they are partnering. Where are they going? What are they doing? How to get a lot of assignments. Make your children 200% busy. That is the best mentor. Keep on giving assignments. And evaluate them for your internal. And what is the assignment which you can give? The subject you are teaching, make them to prepare a lot of questions. Collect all the questions. Next year you can write a guide. That's how I made the book. I made children to write assignments, all of them put together, edited and compiled, and that became a book. Very simple to make books. Yeah, come on. Yeah. Come on. Susmita.
Om Gurubhyo Namaha. Myself, I am Dr. Lokeshwar Reddy from the Department of ECE. Thank you for coming here, sir.
Lokeshwari Shiva.
Yes. I have a set of questions to be asked.
Yeah.
The first thing is, could you able to differentiate what do you mean by the exact counseling and exact mentoring? I think two words are different, right?
Yeah. Counseling is like a psychotherapy. Psychotherapy is when somebody comes with a problem, I use my words to change your mood and mind and all that. That's called a talk therapy. What's it called? Talk therapy. I speak and speak and speak and speak and change you. In psychiatry, they treat with the medicines. Counseling, medicines are not there. Only words are. Mentoring is a big job. It is not mental care. Mentoring means I will look at your biodata, I will look what you are doing, your strength, weakness, understand what you can do, where you can apply, guide you going there. It's like a, generally people say career guidance, right? Here also the word careers, building careers. What is career?
The life that we need to move on.
Yeah, generally for BTech students, there should not be a career guidance. Career is when you submit a resume. What is a resume?
Or biodata.
No, there are a
Detail.
lot of difference. Many people get confused between biodata. Biodata is what I gave for introducing me is called a biodata. What I give for a job, quitting a job. Assume that any of you apply for a different job. What you give is resume. Where you stopped, you are continuing your job. The first job, what do you submit?
Curriculum BT.
Curriculum. Assume that you have this knowledge, you are first fit for becoming a guidance for your student. Even if you don't know the separation between all these, you are asking them prepare a career. That means the first itself you make a mistake. When somebody comes for an interview and they have written resume and then submit to me, I will ask where did you do last job? But that is not mentioned here. Then they realize, understood. These sort of small English itself is part of your mentoring job. And assume that a student comes and tells you, I failed in first year mathematics. Now what is to be done? Yeah, mathematics is really tough. Your teacher, who is the teacher? They are useless. Math teachers don't even teach well. Finished. You are not mentoring. Mentoring is guiding them to progress well. When they are in depression, what you should do? Resolve their problems. Understand all that. Counseling is like a medical treatment. They come with a problem, you solve it. Mentoring is a bigger phenomenon. In mentoring, counseling also becomes part of it. If you are eligible for that. But I am a mentor, I don't know anything about solving your family problems. What do? I'll tell them to go somewhere else. Got it? All parents are mentors for us. So what do? When you are not performing well, they will ask you to go to an astrologer, they will ask you to go to a temple, because that is their domain of knowledge. As a modern world mentor, what you are supposed to do? Which company, which science is very good? You tell me which is the best engineering field today in the world. So she was talking to me, data science is one of the best. Supply chain management is one of the best. Which you get, anyway you do an MS in abroad, you will get a job. Not a big problem. I have got at least a company there in US where 5-6 university can get an admission for anyone if I tell that this person is good. Provided you have got good rank in your IELTS and all that. Fine. But what do they give generally? Data science, supply chain management. But tomorrow what is going to be? Design thinking. Not even that. Which is the best one in the world? Have you heard about prompt engineering? Prompt engineering is the best one. So it keeps changing. So if I am not aware of it, how do I mentor a student? So you look at DrTPS abroad. Lot of children will discuss with me which subject I have to learn, where should I learn. I want to go to London. Okay, fine, good. You should know whether London is good, Britain is good, Germany is good, Russia is good, Netherlands is good, Canada is good, America is good. Tell what is that you want to do. You want to settle in America? Difficult. Why? Because any H1 visa you will get only for 2 years after your PG. During PG you cannot study. You cannot study something else. But in London you can do many things parallelly. Canada you get a PR immediately after that. America, as soon as you do MS you get 2 years work permit. And if you don't get a job, you'll be thrown out. No permanency there. And you apply for a green card, it takes long time. Canada, you get a permanence. Immediately you get a green card. You can get a PR so that you can continue there. Whereas you go to London, no guarantee that you will get a job. but you can stay there for 2 years. But the fees is only 20 lakhs in the moderate. And your living expense becomes another 20 to 30 lakhs. So less than a crore, you can finish your master's because it's only 1 year. In America, you'll have to do 2 years and it costs you 2 crores. Understood? You go to Germany, it's free. But only thing, you will have to speak German to survive in that world. Now English teachers are there, so no problem. Some universities are. If you don't know the world, how do you become a mentor? No problem. You refer them to the best person who can tell you these problems. That is why I said, I used a word, every mentor has to be an MBBS doctor. Look at what they want, refer to that. And every MBBS doctor has a general medicine, right? So I know what are the problems, but I don't know the solution. I know what are the problems, but you refer to a pathologist. Do a diagnosis. So sometime I'm an astrologer. So sometime I'll see astrology, whether this person is telling correct or not. How do I know? Understood? So in Indian situation, you cannot just do the psychiatric test by the computer. That's what is done in schools now. They're all bogus. Nothing works because all the softwares are made it. So no mentoring which is done in some of those schools are gated by softwares will not work because our culture, situation, everything is entirely different. So you'll have to have a personal discussion to understand and refer to the right people. That is mentor's job. Counseling is, you are a psychologist, you are a psychotherapist, I am solving the problem, that problem which they come. So it's like you have used development, no?
Yes.
Somewhere in my note it says development.
Personal,
emotional development. There is another word which is very close to that, is called progress. Understood? The progress is almost like counseling, development is almost like mentoring. I have got a progress in my maths learning. And as a student, I developed the skill. You understood the word?
Yeah.
Specific is called the progress, overall is called the
mentor.
I have got a progress in my physical body, but all physical, emotional, intellectual, social, spiritual, everything together is called the overall development. There is no overall progress. Hear it very carefully. There is no overall progress. Specific progress, all of them together will become development. So specific counseling, all of them together becomes mentoring. Is it clear?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Yeah.
And one more thing that recent days or the past years we could able to come across the word called outcome-based education, outcome-based education. But is it preferable to have value-based education or outcome-based education?
See, the answer is given by a beautiful book by Vivekananda called India, My Eternal India. Rarely people have read it. India, My Eternal India, in which 13 pages are there on education, and in which very carefully he mentioned two things. Education for life. What is life? Earning money, building career, and getting our image, making money, marrying, producing children, having house, bungalow, all that is called life. So one is for life, and second one is to become a human being. And that is why Vivekananda says education is man-making. Very good definition. What is Vivekananda's definition? Education for man-making. But today, assume I am a very good person, but I don't even earn my money. What everybody will say? We are in a social world where every relative will tell. Everyone, when I was quitting my job, they said, I took my volunteer retirement. My brother was telling what a fool he is. Such a job. And now what is he doing? But after few years, he started telling, now I am so proud, I am known as DrTPS brother. Understood? So it takes some courage for you to decide what you want. You need minimum money to live. I have a pension. If I don't have pension, I have a problem. Got it? If I am sick, I can go to any 5-star. If I don't get a lodge, I can go to Apollo hospital and say stomach is paining, they will give me a 5-star bed. Because I retired from government, all these hospitals are under scheme. So I will not suffer for not having money, not getting a treatment, right? So earn sufficient enough. That is very much essential. When somebody says, I am doing a social service at the school age, you can listen. Last 2-3 discussions I had with one boy who is a student in BTech. The first discussion he was very much interested in my education style. He wanted to do so many things. I explained all that. After a week, he came back and then said, I discussed with at home my father was scolding. I said, if father did not scold, I would have scolded you. But your interest I don't entertain, sometime he will not come back to me, correct?
Yes.
So I should tell, yes, it's very good system. But you can listen second one. I said, you go abroad, earn lot of money, and then come back, and then decide what you want to do as your passion. Passion is very good, but more important is profession. And if you can club these two, now I am clubbing both. My passion and profession is same now. If you cannot club these together and you don't have that basic standing on that, you will become utter failure in life. When you live up to 60 years, you take a stock. How much time I have invested for making money? I've got sufficient money. I'm rich for my cup of tea. Otherwise, every day we start looking at us saying that what mistake I have done. Don't give a chance to say, oh, I should not have done it. Don't ever give a chance in your life to say that, oh, I should not have done this. Do anything that will never make you to tell this, your life you will enjoy. So more important is not profession, passion, both. Both are important. So I tell all my children, you should become very rich. Then only I can give money, right? I can donate something only when I am rich. First make money. Rich enough for your cup of tea. You decide where you want to take it.
One more also. Basically, I am from a Gurukulam background.
Yeah.
Right from my childhood, I was being brought up in the Gurukulam only. I have been more spiritual also.
Yeah.
But I have a question right from when I have grown up also, I could able to see why ethics need to be taught.
Not,
We have since been in a position to follow it. Why we need to be taught? We have the professional ethics subjects in the courses.
yeah, that is a big mistake by ICT. I also taught in many places. Actually, ethics was part of our Purana Itihasas. That's why I said Rama's story is being taught because through examples. It is not like our Veda. Veda talks, this is what is to be done. There are a lot of mantras, but it doesn't tell you a story where you will get into that. See, for example, Annaprasana is given, the first food is given, there is a mantra to be chanted. Shamno, Dibade, Sham Chadushpade, etc. etc. But that doesn't tell you why do you want to chant this. So what do I do? Through a story I will tell every father, when I am giving first food to my child, my prayer is not that he should get food all the time. Let every two-legged animal, every four-legged animal around you get sufficient food. That day let my son also have food. So don't become selfish is the lesson. But the mantra doesn't talks about it. That is in the Veda. And what happened is a lot of children started asking questions. Then that became Upanishads. So Upanishads have little bit of story. That was also not enough to propagate in the society. Therefore, Ramayana, Mahabharata, Devi Bhagavatam, so many Puranas came. All Purana Idihasas are to spread this. And beautifully it is spread in our world. And it says, if you don't do this, you will go to Naraka. If you do this, you will go to Surga. Ishtade lapate surgam purte mokshama vapniyat. You do ishtakarma, do selfish job. For my promotion, for my job, my selfishness only I am seeing. That is called the ishtakarma. Ishtade lapade surgam. You go to Surgam. But purte mokshama vapniyat. You want salvation? Do purta karma. What is purta karma? Dig a well, dig a pond, create a garden. Which garden? Annapradhanam Udyanam, which gives food for all the animals in the world. So flies will come, birds will come, correct? Lot of worms will come, the animals will come, all of them will eat mangoes. This is the season for mango, right? You know what is great mango season? The fragrance of the flower is beautiful, then the butterfly will come and then put egg there, and that becomes a mango. When it is kacha, you will not see them. When it is pakka, cut that, you will see worms inside. Who kept the worm inside the mango? That butterfly, when it became a fly, when the fragrance. So the most fragrance or the best sweet mango definitely will have worm. When it is kacha, you are eating the egg of the butterfly. When it is really ripened, you are eating the worms. And that worm will become a butterfly tomorrow. But you are not allowing it. Now you will be very careful while eating.
While eating.
Understood? See, all these are great lessons in the nature. It is not, the mango is not for you. Mango is for all the living being around your world, right? That concept you should learn from her. The Purta Karma. Vapi Kupa Tadakani Devadane Nanija Annapradana Mudyanam Purtam Mitya Bidiyade. I don't think the so-called ritualistic, the religious people don't teach the essence of all this. We have an objective and scope. What is that? Objective and scope. Objective and scope of Bhagavad Gita doesn't know, it becomes a bhakti. Objective and scope understood, then you will know that is how I should write my PhD thesis. That's one of the best book. Take as example for writing PhD thesis. Understood? There is a conclusion. 18th chapter is a conclusion. Second chapter is the objective and scope, the synopsis. The first chapter is the literature survey. Exactly followed. What a great textbook. So they used a lot of techniques to tell us different things. But what happened was the so-called religious people, they don't understand all this. The morning itself they'll chant mantra. What is that mantra? Yojananam sahasre dveshade dveja yojane ekena nimishardhena kramamana namastude. Ask that priest, what does it mean? Velocity of light. Yojananam sahasre dve, that means 2000. Dveshate, 2202, multiplied by, yojana is 12.11 kilometer. Multiplied that, how much time? Ekena nimishardhena, half of a nimisha. Take a lotus petal, put a sharp needle, the time it goes is 0.28 seconds. Divide that by 2, half nimisha. You will get velocity of light. So we had science inside, maths inside. Okay. So being ritualistic and you say that I know mantras doesn't mean you know how to repeat it. Luckily, all those repeated things, as a scientist, as a science person, analyze it, you will see a lot of maths, physics, chemistry inside that. Okay, so values doesn't mean I know a lot of slokas. Values means I understand the inner sense of all of them. Got it?
Yes.
Unfortunately, Telugu is one of the most strongest ritualistic people. Kerala don't do that. Kerala rituals are very less. But here, so ritualistic. Got it? But very pathetically, the science has lost. Understood? You will see Rudra Mantra. Ekachame, 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 trishyashchame, trishyashchame, panchachame, panchachame, saptachame. Every priest will chant. Actually, it is arithmetic progression. Ekachame. Understood? Trishyashchame. 3. Panchachame, saptachame, navachame. One mathematics, one chapter. Some god doesn't like arithmetic progression. The priest will chant geometric progression. Ekamcha, ekamcha, dashamcha, dashamcha, shatamcha, shatamcha, sahasramcha, sahasramcha, ayudamcha, ayudamcha, prayudamcha, niyutamcha, vayudamcha, up to 10 power 52. 1, 10, 100. So somebody goes there saying that I don't know mathematics, he will chant mantra, all mathematics only. The bhakta also doesn't know, the priest also doesn't know what is he chanting. So learn all this. Then you will understand there is a value system inside. It all says that you have to by heart. Don't learn by heart. What do we say? Don't learn by heart, but learn by
Heart.
Understood the meaning? Learn by heart. Get it with emotional attachment and passion every subject. I love maths. You send me a student who doesn't like that subject, any subject in the world. Make him to sit with me half an hour. I'll make them to love that subject. That's my guarantee. And many people do that. Any subject they don't like, send it to me. I will define the objective and scope. That gives you a definite. 21 subjects failed in engineering. He is in masters now in Germany. So you should make children to understand. Understand. The word is very careful. Understood. Getting marks is very simple. One evening batting, correct? No? Night batting, all in one. Finished. Everybody will pass. Otherwise, JNTU will not survive. That's why some universities say no admission for JNTU people. There are places. So be very careful. We have to be very, very, very selective in. Not 400 children will become very good in my. One student, IES, Indian, which subject is yours?
Engineering subject. My electronics, sir. Electronics and communications.
Electronics and communications. One of the most core engineering. Anybody from civil engineering? Why civil engineering is called civil engineering? See, everybody knows mechanical is mechanical because there is a mechanical. Electronics, they know electronics. Communication, they know communication. Which is the next engineering?
Civil.
Civil,
Electrical.
mechanical, electrical, electronics. Which is the next engineering?
Computer science.
No, science. That's
Only
not
science.
engineering. Computer science is not engineering. Unfortunately, BTech is given. Next, tell me, which is the next engineering? All other engineering, India doesn't consider as engineering. That is why IES, Indian Engineering Service. Only these subjects are core engineering in India. But now I will ask you, why civil engineering is civil engineering? All other engineering, particularly invented in this world for military purposes. Without electronics also you can live in this world as civilian. But without electronics, Army, Air Force, Navy cannot work. Without electrical, EME center is there. Electrical, mechanical, electronic center. They will not write a civil center in Army. I worked with the Combined Defense Services. I am from RAW. I am from Military Intelligence. So I work very close with all the military people. I am not from Department of Space, to be very frank. My job is only for military intelligence. So all the military intelligence people want what? Electrical, mechanical, electronics, and communication. That's included in that, right? And all civil people require civil engineering. That is why it is called civil engineering. Civilians engineering is called civil engineering. And I am also a civil engineering because my job is mapping. I work with theodolite, I teach photogrammetry, all that is done. So understand, when a student comes to you, if they don't even understand objective and scope, and among your children, if you can make few people into IES, the college is great. Indian Engineering Service. The credit of the university is great. Only all your children should write IES. We don't know who will get it. Make them to fit for IES, Indian Engineering Service. Understood? So a lot of job for all of you.
Fine.
And all these value system and all will come, part of it. First importance is get into the highest job, best job.
The final one is, we all know that SDG means Sustainable Development Goals that we have. But you specifically specified that it's about Sanatana Dharma goals.
Because what is sustainable development? I have to live, you should also live, right?
Live and let live.
Let live. What is our basic mantra which we say? Vasudeva Kudumbakam. That's also sustainable development only, right? So I have taken 108 title to explain why I call SDGs Sanatana Dharma goals. There are 108 topics mentioned here which says, if you look at it, you will see SDG goals is inside our Sanatana Dharma goals. Okay. And SDG 2015 came, 2030 ends.
2030 ends.
Yeah. So SDG project by United Nations is 2015 to 2030. Before that, SDG, it was called UNDP. You heard about UNDP?
No.
That's a problem. Because they keep renaming it. When I was a student, my 7th grade, 8th grade and all, I heard UNDP. Now you Google UNDP SDG. It's exactly same. What UNDP says, everybody should get education. What SDG says, everybody should get good education. That means earlier, what did they say?
Education.
That's what I'm saying. Right. What earlier said, up to 10th class compulsory, UNDP. Now government says, new education policy, flexible. In 7th class, if you don't want, you quit, you come back later. We have diluted it.
Yeah.
Why? Up to 7th class education is called know you, know your neighborhood, know your life. Education up to 7th class, purpose is that. 8th class onwards, set theory. Not required actually. To live in this world, you need not learn set, right? Cos theta, sin theta, all the theta you don't have to learn. But 8th grade onwards, it's abstract science. Why abstract science? So that you can make base for engineering, medicine and all that. The teachers doesn't know this is making base. So how do they do that? Assume all of you are from some school, all your children are from the school, ask them. When I was executive director of engineering college, what I did was, all the neighboring school children, I allowed them to come and see the engineering college. Is there a better learning than this? They can interview all of you and then get they can go to labs. They learn all that what can do, their ambition will grow. Understood? Give such options to the children. That is your CSR job. You should also give back to your children. Maybe your school, your college. That's why I said I went to engineering college there and all the children came and then listened to me. Okay? Clear?
Yeah.
Why SDG?
That I got it. Let me conclude my thing with a sloka from Bhagavad Gita, which I used to follow morely. Can I specify?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Anapekshaka tuditakshaka udasiro gadavyadaha sarvaramba parityagi yomat bhakta sabe priya. ఎవరైతే తన కొరకు కాకుండా ఇతరుల కొరకు ఎవరైతే వెచ్చించి తమ సమయాన్ని కానీ సందర్భానికి ఎవరికైతే ఇతరులకు వెచ్చించి ఎవరైతే తమ కోసం ఆలోచించకుండా పరుల కోసం ఆలోచిస్తారో అటువంటి వారికి ఎప్పుడు కూడా ఆ భగవత్ స్వరూపం అనేటువంటి వాళ్ళు మన వెనకాల ఫాలో అవుతారు అనేటువంటిది ఆ శ్లోకం యొక్క తాత్పర్యము అని అర్థము. అది నేను ఎప్పటికీ ఫాలో అవుతుంటాను.
పరోపకారార్థమిదం శరీరం.
థ్యాంక్ యూ.
ఏన కేన ప్రకారేణ యస్య కస్యాపి దేహినః సంతోషం జనయత్ ప్రాజ్ఞా తదైవం ఈశ్వర పూజనం. My Ishwara Puja is make somebody else happy, but not temporary, long-term happiness. Temporary happy, everybody can do that. Correct? Make some investment in somebody's life so that they will become enjoy, they will remember you in your life.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Run.
Namaskaram, Guru Garu. So my name is Ashwini. I'm a technical trainer.
Yeah.
And I have a question.
The word trainer itself is a wrong word. The dog gets training.
So that means I'm training a dog?
Don't.
Right.
Training is repeating same thing many times.
Hmm.
Understood? So the word training and development is kept because specific training is given. Accounts training. Understood? Different department they give training. That is a lower job. But still people call me trainer. I say okay, fine. But I prefer not to be called as a trainer.
But designation is given to us.
Yeah, ask them to change, See, earlier designation was
They are not ready
accounts
to give
control. I'll
assistant
tell you.
professor.
Earlier it was called the accounts controller. That time money was less with the people. So they had to control. Later it was called the accounts manager. That is also gone now. Now it is called the accounts administrator. Understood? So to 3-2-1 world, you are in 3-2-1 world, correct? Yeah. So change the designation. At least don't tell this is not official program. Official program, let them. But when you come here, what do you do?
I'll call myself as
What do you like to be called?
educator.
Do that. Understood? Start your own organization, put to the signature you want. I'm a CEO. But what is CEO? Chief Education Officer. Somebody asked me what designation you want. I said, I want to be a CEO. No, I am the CEO. I said, you become the CEO, but let me have Chief Education Officer. That is okay. Understood? So you choose your designation when you speak to somebody. I am not giving you Aadhaar card, right?
No.
So you give your name, what I have to call you. That's enough. What's your name?
My name is Ashwini. I'm an educator.
You are an educator. That should be there. Yeah.
So in your thoughts,
Come
what
here.
makes
Uh,
in your thoughts, what makes an individual a professional teacher?
you should have the interest to learn. You have to be in L&T department. Which department?
Learning and
Learning and teaching department. Every subject you must be able to define the objective and scope. Why am I learning? WWWWH. Why, where, when, how I am going to use this knowledge. If I am not able to specify where I am going to use it, why am I learning it? Objective and scope is not clear. You know that every subject there is an objective and scope. Every textbook, the first page is objective and scope. But we don't use it. Every class when you go, what you should do is follow Nanny's principle, 9 principle. You must not have even heard this. There is a book called Adaptive Learning, my book. You can download that book, Adaptive Learning. How do you get adapted to the students? When I teach here, I am teaching in an entirely different style. I know because I am talking to the professors, assistant professors or whatever, all of your professors in a university level. But when I go to KG class, my lecture is entirely different, same stuff, put in a different style. Understood? So unless you know the background of the children, you cannot talk to them. So what is required? Understand your children. A good teacher is one who understands your children. What do they want? Why are they coming to ANURAG University to learn a course? If you understand that, you know what to do with them. Objective and scope. You remember I was there in same MBA professor in one of the colleges. I asked all of you should read English newspaper. But what I did is I went to many of their houses. How English? Even Telugu newspaper doesn't come to their village. Where do they get? So I started getting newspaper in the department every day. And those days from Hyderabad, newspaper is collected in the bus where I was picked up, distributed to my students. I asked them to learn how do you do this business of exchange. Which exchange? Stock exchange. Imagine you don't have 1 lakh rupees, but imagine you have 1 lakh rupees, identify 5 companies, how are you going to invest? Look at the business there, and many of them became expert in that. It's not in syllabus, but I know tomorrow to get a job, what is in syllabus may not give them, but this will give them how to invest money in some place, right? So understand objective and scope is more important. Ashwini Devi.
No, only Ashwini.
Ashwini is Devi only, no? Ashwini Kumara is the normal name, but you are with the health department, taking care of somebody's health. Mental health is also health, right?
And the next one is the difference between peace
You
and...
are going out of frame. Yeah.
Okay. So difference between the peace and satisfaction in your words.
Wonderful question. I give a blessing to you, never get satisfied in your life.
No way. Of course.
If you are satisfied with your husband, you will not enjoy. You are satisfied with your profession, you will not progress. If you are satisfied with your knowledge, you will never read. Okay, and second one, never be peaceful in your life. PhD is permanent head damage, perspiration, humiliation, degradation. If I think I need sufficient money, I am peaceful, I will not earn money. Life is earn more, read, earn more, learn more, be famous more.
Be famous more.
Today I am famous because I know all of you. Otherwise I will never know her, right? Understood? Every day I am getting introduced to many people and getting into their heart. E effective and A effective person. Effective and effective. I am not talking from brain. I am talking from heart. And where am I reaching? Reaching into your heart. You cannot forget DrTPS after listening to me 1 hour. Try this. That's how I am living. I am living in many. They may not contact me. That's a different matter. But after 8 years, people come back to me saying that, no, I attended your class. That time I did contact. Now I need this help. Then that day I will tell you, your saree was this color. And you were sitting at this. I remember all of you in place. Any one of you send a message, next year you will get a message saying that last year I met you on this program. That's my data management. Understood? There are lakhs of contacts in this. Lakhs and lakhs. And I send a message to all of them.
save my number also, sir.
Understood? I will not save. You save my number, you will get a message because I only do broadcasting. I do only broadcasting. Otherwise, I will save a number, send, she will say spam. And 10 people say my number gets blocked.
No.
So don't cheat me. I'm into this field. So save my number. Even if you don't contact me, you will get a broadcast message. Understood? This is my guarantee. So what is required in life is communication, contacts. Some students of me who did the MBA, after 10 years, he says, yeah, before getting married, I would have consulted you. Now my husband died. I've got one kid. My in-laws I don't want. They don't want me. My parents I don't want. I want a job. I asked, write one paragraph, your objective and scope, send it to me. I'll decide where I have to post it. I said, you are fit to become a cleaning in my house. Not even teaching LKG, UKG because road, R-O-A-D, are lowercase. You don't even know to write your address carefully when you send, right? So one page will tell the quality of person. So I keep asking when somebody sends me a mail, you send your picture of your note, I will say. Taking note and making note, very, very important. Taking note and making note. Go back home today, write an essence of what I wrote, and if you're on Facebook or somewhere, post there, tag me. Otherwise, send it to me. I will post this as a comment under my YouTube. Understood? When you see one message, write a comment there. That matters. Everybody can. You will never learn communication. Today evening, I have a class for English communication for teachers from Kerala. Those teachers who attended my session for last 3-4 days, I'm sure most of them will not attend because they don't want to expose themselves. They are for English medium teachers. Some mistakes if I find out. I said, I'm not going to individually comment to any one of you, attend. They are all attending. Because I teach grammar. I have been taking, I took, I was taking, I have taken, I have been taking, I shall take, I shall be taking, I shall have taken, I shall have been taking. This is how I learned my grammar. All the told tenses, dim. Right? So I make people to learn very carefully, present very carefully in front of your children, and motivate them. You become like this. Very, very important. So you become a role model. So many can be done. So how many qualifications I told for a teacher to have? Understood? Your memory has to be good. When somebody says, who are you? Don't ask. I know you belongs to this batch. I don't take attendance. I was telling her, I never took attendance in my classes. Everybody attendance free. 100% attendance. And many other students also used to come. Free students used to come and sit in my class. Backlog will be there. Correct? So they will come and sit in my class. I don't care. Anybody can come. But internal mark and attendance is really given only when they, today's class, make a note and send it to me. Email me the notes. That's the assignment. Based on reading that, I will give marks. And when you get it in digital form, easy to compare. So nobody will copy somebody's. In written form, when you get it, is difficult to find out. Correct? So I used to do this. One note to another note, easily we can compare, right? And use all the ChatGPT and Bard, every new techniques you have to use. Every teacher has to be updated. You have to be in 3, 2, 1 world.
Last and final, sir. So you asked us to write goals and values. So my point was, at any time in your life, did you compromise on your values for reaching goal?
100%. Most of my social functions are out in my life. I don't attend somebody's. Assume that you become very close to me. Don't worry. And then you invite me into your house for a dinner. I will not come. Because I don't have time for that. I think going for a social function, I don't enjoy. My son's marriage, I will have to go, right? Because I have a role there. I don't go. But I make sure I will find time to give a message, come to you, all the time. I will not ignore. I am there, but physically, I couldn't attend many of the functions of my family members. But when I go, I meet all of them. Understood? I make sure I make up that. And immediately after marriage, all those people who wanted to come came. No. They'll say, all of them came. I said, you never expected me, I know. Because I didn't come. Correct. So I do this. So talk to them. One word is good enough. Probably your absence make more presence. Sometimes you are present, they may not even know you that you have come, right? Everybody in a marriage, 2,000 people, nobody will have time to talk to you. So why you should go there and then, that's what I feel. So most of my civil contacts on different social functions, many of the marriages which happens in my office, because I have decided I will never skip my office. The whole people will go. Arrange a vehicle, Griha Pravesham, lunch is there. I said, you go and have lunch. So my value system has objected to me having understood. So this time my wife was going for a marriage in her family. I would have also gone. But I preferred going to my home in a different district and conducting a camp there. It's actually escaping. Because I have fixed that camp during that time so that they will not force me, right? So my role is better here because many people get benefited. If I go there, what will happen? I will see some people, right? But then all of them, your husband has not come. He has not come. Fine. She will also enjoy. I'm not there now. Understood? Because there is only 10 minutes, 30 minutes job. Our marriages are like that. Have finished, go lunch and finish. But where I can spend full time there, which will become an investment, somebody will get benefited. So, Ashwin.
So finally, what if I want to meet you? Do you need an apartment?
You may get a disappointment most of the time.
Where do you stay and where?
I am in Malkajgiri.
Super, sir.
My original house is in Malkajgiri, but I don't stay there because I stay with my wife in the quarters now. But I have got 2 houses in Malkajgiri. So my library is there. So sometime when some students comes, they want copies of books, I will go there. And if they come and meet, I will probably gift the book free. If they want, I will send it to them. All that will happen. Reading my books is good enough. So I don't believe that somebody is. But anytime I am there in Hyderabad free, yes. You can come to my house. It's a beautiful house. Okay, beautiful garden. Last year I conducted a summer drinks program. For 450 people came. So if you are in contact, I will send a message. My son's marriage, probably the whole village was there in my house. You must see the marriage happened, the reception happened in my house. The 23, I number all my videos. This video will be 24. Repeat.
24.
Because it is 2024. 05.
05.
Because May.
May.
And which date today? 02. So if you look at 24, 05, 02, DrTPS, that's how I remember. I remember ANURAG. I remember 24, 05, 02. Immediately I can say this is the lecture available on YouTube. Got it? When you send a message, I will say Ashwini and I will give a tag 24, 05, 02. So next year 05, 02, what do I do? 25, 05, 02, what do I do? I'll search for 24, 05, 02, get all the list, send all of them. Last year I was with you. So I tag people, I'm doing it for last 25 years. So all those people whom I know for last 25 years, it's already indexed in that style. You know the trick of remembering this, right? And all the marriage, all the functions, many of my even 10th class classmates, their kids' marriage, then they invite, I'll put the number there. And next year that day, first marriage anniversary. They may not even remember. Understood? So 6th is my teacher's birthday, I will send a message. She may be reaching 75 now. She will get a message. That's how I keep my... Okay. So I'm very good in searching all that. Now ANURAG, I have only one contact. Professor Madhu. So I don't know where are you tomorrow, but this will be your tag. ANURAG 24. Even before I come, the first contact, the date is fixed. 24, 05, 02, ANURAG Madhu. That's how I put. Understood? And I have another one, 2024 O means outside state, A means abroad. Because I have got a lot of students in Philippines, Russia, every country around the world. So all of them are under A. This is O, Kerala is M, Malayalam. So tag yourself and then see. You should remember your students and remember the time, date and all that. You will become part of the heart. You can meet me. Where do you stay?
I stay in Maulali.
Maulali, very close to my
Very
place.
close
Just
to
the
the
mountain.
place.
East Anandabag was my first house. So Maulali is the place where we go for the market those days.
Okay.
Now East Anandabag became
Ananda, okay.
very, very marketable place,
True,
right?
True.
And Malkajgiri, RK Nagar, the
railway
shortcut
track.
to the railway track.
Railway
When you cross to the Malkajgiri,
Mm.
there was an bank. RK Nagar bridge is there. Just beside that, you go to Google Map and type DrTPS, you will see my house.
I'll come.
Okay, you will see a lot of boards there. The board is for civil service, all that. I'm not doing anything. It's only free service. Books are there. People can take books, read there, sit there. But I had a lot of Shiksha holiday program there. Many engineering college students used to come there and then sit during the Telangana Andhra division. So I wrote a poetry also on Telangana Andhra division. Tirupati Unnada Chittorulo. Rengareddy Kadapelo Bhagyanagarammo. That time Rengareddy was the district which is round and Bhagyanagaram was inside, right? So I've got a Telugu poem, districts of Andhra Pradesh. DrTPS, you will see a Telugu poem which I wrote.
Thank you so much, sir.
See you.
Nice
Maulali
talking to
is
you.
a very close place for me.
Yeah, nice talking to you, sir. Thank you.
Come on. Finished? No questions means Madhya Pradesh is working. Uttar Pradesh stopped working.
He has a question.
Yeah, come. This chance you will not get. You will not get me in your life again.
Hello, sir.
No hello. DrTPS. No sir, no hello.
Myself, Krishna Deja,
Ah,
currently working as a teaching assistant, MBA department.
MBA.
Yes, sir. So, generally, when I go to any class of mine, I ask the students what they expect from me,
Yeah.
and I more suggest them to be an entrepreneur or else generate jobs rather than the traditional way of teaching or else any sort of thing. And I am passionate to be a mentor, a life coach. Most probably, after today, you would be my role model, sir.
But after some other lecture, you should change.
Yes, sir. Life learning and changing is a
It's
parallel
always
procedure.
during LKG, the teacher is the LKG. But after some time, in that book, the first lesson is that when you become 54, you realize my father was great. When you are 3 years old, the father is great. When you are 5 years old, LKG teacher was great. When they become BTech, the worst people in the world is my teachers. When you become teenage, father is useless. Mother, I don't know how she is putting up with the father. No, she would have divorced my father. So they keep changing.
Sir, what should be the answer for any student? What is the purpose of his life?
Actually, it's a few philosophical. Our purpose is by mistake we have taken birth. No father wanted to produce us. Really, it is not intentional to produce child. It was his desire, and by mistake everybody took birth. Correct. Those days, my parents' days, they used to produce 6-7 children. Now there is a restriction because government doesn't give you, and then you don't have that much money to spend. All those days, number of children was their asset. And you ask them what is your purpose, they will keep saying, I have to make money, I have to buy land, I have to have agriculture. I'm from an agricultural family. My father was a farmer, my mother was a landlord. So we had 1 lakh acres of land. 1 lakh. Okay, the whole village was ours. So I'm a landlord. I'm from the palace style life, right? But those days, what you want, you must enjoy. Nothing else. Why are you studying? Not required.
Yes.
But today the problem is, my children, all my cousin brothers during that time, only one fellow went for Princeton University masters and he was our hero. Now what happened? All our children, the cousins, 300 of them, except 1 or 2, everybody is in America, London, everywhere. Why are they going? To earn money. What for? By mistake they have taken birth. Now they should have a decent life. What is decent life? Without any clumsy life around. You understood? When we go to market, it is rush. When you go to some place, it is rush. Having taken birth, create a life which you can enjoy. And enjoyment is what? I see all movies on the release day. Because Malkajgiri Cinepolis is one place where every movie release day I'll be there. Either it can be Telugu or it can be Hindi, or the more language you know, even that much you have to see, right? And I'm very passionate about it because I make movies. You have a time during that time you are enjoying. And that enjoyment you learn something because your aim is learn, earn and become famous. What is the aim of life ultimately? When I die, my son will, I don't know who will be there, no? If this son is there, he will fire my dead body. He is supposed to ask a question to the dead body asking, I am going to fire you. And every son will ask the father because he fired many times. Correct? The son gets a chance to fire the father. And what is that question? Vayu Ranilam Amardavadedam Basmandam Shariram. I am going to make you into air and little bit of basmam. Even if you weigh 100 kilogram, 40 grams only you will become ashes. I am going to make you Om Krito Smara Kritam Smarami. Think what is that you have done in your life. And what is that I should say? ANURAG University I went, 4 people got benefited about it. Good enough I am saying. One student from 400 is benefited, good enough. Don't expect everybody will listen to you, they will, no. 2-3 people. And all of you, maybe 100 of you are there. I am not talking to 100 of you. All of you are talking to another 60 in the class. So I am talking to 6,000 people here. You understood? So when I come for a class, today's life is purposeful. Tomorrow, I don't know. I could become Krishna Ravindan, and tomorrow Deccan Chronicle, one small column will come, pim. And then you will say, yesterday he was there and today left, right? So we don't know when we are going to tata bye bye in this world. Until and unless we spend our time purposefully. Purpose is somebody becomes benefit out of it. Because we are the only animal in the world which is useless for all other beings in the world. If any other animal you look at it, there is a purpose which supports many other animals. As human being, we only support our family. You are the most selfish. So having given a birth, my purpose is to serve the society. I may not become great, but I can make somebody great. Vivekananda became great because of one professor, Ramakrishna. If Ramakrishna was not there, Vivekananda will not be there. Vivekananda only made Ramakrishna famous. You understood? So I had always I was teaching in Institute for Human Excellence, Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence in Ramakrishna Math. So I keep asking, who is great? Ramakrishna is great or Vivekananda is great? So your job is creating good children. You're all Ramakrishnas. I am a Ramakrishna. If I can make one person as Vivekananda, my life is purposeful. My purpose is, I couldn't earn, learn and become so famous. I want somebody else to do that. And through you, if some regard comes to me, I am satisfied. So be torch bearers in life. What is the message?
Be a
Be torch bearer.
And what would be the profession if we teachers want to enter into life coach as a full-time?
Actually, what you said is entrepreneur. As an MBA professor, I should teach you. All of you draw one x-axis, y-axis, so 4 quadrants will come. X-axis, y-axis, 4 quadrants, right? The first quadrant you write job. Don't make anybody as an entrepreneur without getting into a job in life. They will become failure. From the first quadrant, go to second quadrant, they will become entrepreneurs. But don't stay as an entrepreneur. I know somebody who is 70 years still entrepreneur. He's a failure. He keep on starting something, fail. That's what is entrepreneur.
Yes.
No, you should jump from entrepreneurship to company. Company is a large setup. You understood? Running a tuition center is entrepreneurship. Running a university is company. You are employing a lot of people. Are you teaching? No. But I was a teacher. Now what happened? I became an owner of a university. Understood? Earlier I used to sell small plots. Now I own the large campus because I am a real estate. Most of the real estate people turn into university owners. Correct? Now what happens? If he has got 100 such universities, he will not do anything. He will give that to his daughter and son and he will have a lot of money, and that is called the financial business. Adani doesn't know any business now. He only knows how to count money. You understood? The last one is financial business. So all the quadrants is over. First job, jump into entrepreneurship. So many people give entrepreneurship. I said, no, don't give entrepreneurship training in the engineering colleges. Get a job. Then people will jump, they will become failure. Earlier it was okay because BTech had 4-6 months in a internship. Even that is not there today. MBA, I stopped going for MBA Viva Vosi because one of the great college in Hyderabad, I went there. That was on 25th January. All the thesis questions have to be asked. I didn't ask all that. I said, tomorrow is a great day for India. Tell me what is the specialty for India. On 25th January, if I ask this, what is the answer? He doesn't understand, she doesn't understand Republic Day, so they want in Telugu. I said, Swatantra Dinama, Ganatantra Dinama. Swatantra Dinama. She also got an MBA. We have to give pass mark, right? That is the world. So don't. At least 1 or 2 good children you can create, good. I remember during that time I started Rajanotsav, event management college. I gave at least job to few of them. I was the person who started the Rajanotsav in the city.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Good. Where do you stay?
Uppal, sir.
Uppal, all nearby. That's where the Survey of India. Survey of India is the place of my learning.
Yes.
I used to teach there for civil engineering students. They can go for remote sensing and photogrammetry MTech. There is a funded project there, given by JNTU, but run in Survey of India. Good. See you. Good enough? Yeah.
You have some? Okay, fine. Perhaps this will be the last question because the session is also going to end. Thank you, sir.
But you can always text your questions or call for a Gmeet one. Okay, you have few questions, 1-to-1. I will enjoy them. And all of them will be posted. You can see so many of them.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Myself, Raghu. My question is personal to me because currently we are teaching Z generation students.
Yeah.
So earlier conventional teaching is not it's not feasible this generation. So what we do is like this time, whatever time we have, like 9 to 4, it is not sufficient to deliver a best lecture, a good quality of education. So what we do is after going home, we used to spend some time to prepare for lectures. Because that time, what I feel is I'm missing my family, spending time with family. And sometimes when I prepare notes, my wife she say that why you're working here, why you are not working at campus? Because that time, because maybe that 1 hour, 2 hours I'm spending with preparing my lectures. So can you give me some suggestion how to
Get rid of this problem.
Yeah.
Either divorce. What is your problem? Second one, ask her to do an MTech and become a teacher. She will never complain because she will be more busy.
no, even she's a teacher.
Then she shouldn't complain, right? Actually, what I'm saying is don't prepare for classes. What is to be done is you should make your children. Most of the time, teachers prepare more and students don't read at all. They relax. Group activity is the best method to teach. Okay, call me one day, any of your subject, let it be electronics, mechanical, civil, electrical, take any chapter, I will teach you how to make the class in your classroom. Divide that, they will be spending time unnecessarily thinking something else. Make groups with different people, maybe brightest and the dullest. It's very easy to identify who comes for certificate, who comes for knowledge. Mix them together, put them together, make a group, give a chapter, give another chapter, give another chapter, another chapter, another chapter. Ask them to read and prepare questions. And give this question to them, give that question to them, other question, ask them to answer it. Ask them to write answers very carefully. Ask the other person to come back and evaluate it. So I am evaluating your answer, you are evaluating my answer. Ask all your children to get a red ink pen, start correcting. Not evaluating, correcting. I am using word very carefully. When you do the corrections, either you have written in blue ink or black ink. Next day, go home, evaluate it. You are relaxing, they were evaluating. And then they give it back, it should be with the full red ink. You will see them from the gate when they meet, they will start fighting. fighting for their subjects. I love the college when the corridor, your children speak the subjects. Even in classroom, they don't speak today. Before you enter, what they are talking each other, it will be silly, useless things. The university becomes good only when in the veranda after the session. My class is effective only when soon after this lecture, in the place where you eat, when you meet somebody else, you keep saying, I attended this class and this was great. And any of your friends call me, then I will tell, oh, this person has made a difference. Understood? It's not immediately you sending a message, the class was good. No. Exactly what did you learn? So make your students to fight with the subjects. Is what I applied to learn in my graduation. So all my classmates, even today, their children are sent to me, ask them to guide them because they know I made a difference. And what do? I tell them, tell me, ask me any question I can answer. So during the graduation, assume that a student says, ask me anything I can answer. They will ask questions which I cannot answer. Immediately I will go to library and say which book he has taken. The librarian will tell this book, give me the second copy. I tell you, I will answer only later. Tomorrow I will answer. So I will study all this and answer. This is how I learned my subjects. Actually, my classmates were better teachers than the original teachers for me. And most of the time we had satsang. My son also, he was doing mechanical engineering in Aurora. I joined as a professor. My son joined as a student. That's why I joined there. Because I went there, I met Chowdhury. For a seat for my son, he didn't get into IIT, NIT and all that. Rank was very low, so I wanted a seat. He was interested in mechanical. I know Chowdhury because I used to give BHL lecture. He was from BHL. I was teaching Bhagavad Gita there. And then he became my fan, so I know him. So I asked him, I want a seat. Then he asked, what are you doing? I said, I'm going around and giving lectures. Then why can't you give a lecture? Give me a paper. So I wrote, I'm joining as professor. That's how I joined them. Immediately I joined them. So my son also got. He continued 4 years. I left after 1.5 years. Okay. He continued the same thing. My house used to be a den for all the children. They used to come together, study together. Understood? Combined group learning is the best method where teachers don't have to teach because they know how to learn. Because in abroad and all, when they go for MS, most of them struggle because spoon feeding, question, answer, and same question, answer, they fail there. People have committed suicide. I've got a lot of students in abroad, they write to me saying that, no, by the time you get my email, I would have been committed suicide. So many students, just because they were spoon fed. So I keep saying, make your children, tell them, I want all of you to go to America and study. This is the method they follow and you relax. So don't prepare.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And
my eldest brother was a zoology professor. He used to prepare. His wife used to say that, hey, why are you preparing? She used to do blah, 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 blah. Both of them got same salary.
And one more question, sir. It is regarding related to teacher or education.
Yeah.
Because I myself I never call as a teacher because I never teach what is there in textbook. I'll always try to educate them what they have to be. So as in a because you're talking about our culture, so we have different names we have like a guru, adhyapak and all. Can you tell me which dimension we have to be in at a certain?
Actually, the highest is Acharya. If I am a mathematics teacher, I must have used my mathematics in my daily life. There is no point in saying that, no, I know mathematics, I teach. No, I must use that. If I have never used my trigonometry in my life, I am not eligible to teach. If I am not an Acharya, I can teach. That's a teacher. Teacher's job is only transacting the syllabus in the classroom. But higher than that is called a master. A master's job is, there is a great proverb. A station master minds the trains and a schoolmaster trains the minds. So you are also supposed to get into the heart of the people. But it is not buddhi alone. You cannot think well when you are emotionally upset. So understanding each student is a master's job, not a teacher's job. Teaching is subject oriented. Master is understood. The mind matters also becomes part of it. And you are a guru, don't even teach, but you tell these, I told you, just now, you learn yourself. If you want to go to US, this is the method you have to learn. I've got a lot of master's students in UK. Last my UK visit was my students who are all doing MS there. Their pocket money is taking tuition there. So I've got a group of people, 200 of them are my students, and I went recently there. And you can listen to that micro teaching. Listen to micro teaching. The micro teaching is a playlist in my YouTube. So when they teach electrical engineering, I'll tell them, no, don't introduce electrical engineering like this. Electricity should not be introduced like this. I correct the teachers. And they in turn teach them because they are not done B.Ed, right? They are only masters. They are only B.Tech. They are teachers now. So they must know how to present the class. All that is the teaching profession. When they become, actually, some of them work in the electricity department in London. They are teaching the school children the electricity. Actually, he's an acharya. He knows much, much bigger. So he can take examples. This is how the electricity department works. He takes example from the real world. When you take example from the real world and your experience is added to that in the classroom, and that subject becomes more interesting. So that is an acharya. So there are different categories.
So whether we want to be acharya,
You have to be an acharya. But it's not that possible, but you can make it do that. See, for example, how do the lift works?
first we have to construct the.
Actually, it is only spring. Lot of chain and pulley, right? Most of the people don't even know this. So when lot of engineering students came to my house, what I did was, I asked them to get a pulley and then construct the pulley chain. And then a tire was built and then 2 strings were tied and you can sit on that and pull yourself up 20 feet. How did you do that? I said, you also learned in 7th grade. Now you are a B.Tech in mechanical engineering. You forgot all this. You are applying. How did you do that? You have ever seen a lift working? You don't have a big motor. It's only the same pulley chain business, right? So look and then understand your engineering inside there. That is being engineering. Being engineering is your job. You are an engineer. Now assume that you are an electrical engineer. You are an electronics engineer.
Electronics.
So what do I do? Electronics engineers, I'll ask them, my old laptop I will give, open it and set it back. Never people could do it. When electrical engineer comes, I will give a screwdriver and say, open the keyboard, switchboard. No, we never did it. I do all this. I remember when I went to NIT Hamirpur, what I did was, mechanical engineering department only called. They have an automobile section also. Tech Fest was happening. The stage was beautiful. I said, tomorrow I will have a test for you. What is the test? Whoever have motorbike, get onto the stage. All of them got. I said, remove all the spare parts. We don't know. We never did. I asked them compulsory. When you are here, I am going to give you 10,000 rupees if you can set it back. Remove half an hour. All of them. Who removes maximum will get. They can only contest for refitting. So all of them with a thrill removed it. Then we have to call the 10th class failed fellow on the roadside to fit it back. You look at my hand. I work. I do all carpentry job. I do masoning job. I learn tailoring. All that job I learned. You look at cooking, DrTPS. You will see me cooking. Okay. You look at craft, DrTPS. You look at film, DrTPS. See, we have to do it. Then only we know the problems, right? If you don't do it, all these have to mix now. This and this have to be mixed and then only I can put onto YouTube. So I spent 1 hour lecture. If I give 3 hours, I have to spend. I am using all not licensed great softwares. Only Microsoft Movie Maker I use it. Because it's freely anywhere I can use where I don't have to pay money for that, right? I use all that. I spend the time. That's why I'm able to remember all of you. Because I'm seeing it many times again. You understood? So I enjoy. And I keep listening to me saying that did I do a mistake? Say a very good teacher should listen to themselves. That's called micro teaching. How do you become a great teacher? Listen to your own lecture. And see, did I do some mistakes? My grammar was bad. I should not have told this. I am doing it for last 20 years. So I am iterating myself, filtering myself, improving myself. That's how you should do. So you already know the subject. Wonderful. Don't have to prepare. But if you don't know the subject, what is to be done? Understand a little bit of meaning here. If you know the word meaning of every word in the textbook, you know that subject. You don't know the meaning of the most of the word, you are mugging up it and putting it down. No. You will not get satisfied at the end of the day. So the word should come from the heart but not from the brain. Your passion for teaching, I think it will come. Brahma is here, Saraswati will come. Okay, be a creative person. All teachers must be creative teachers. Then you will become a guru, you will become an acharya.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. So I must thank
Yeah.
Professor Madhu for this
No,
opportunity. I enjoy. I know he is going to thank, right? That's a custom.
What an amazing session, Andy. What an amazing session.
No, not enough. This clapping is not enough. Stop. No. None of you clapped well. No rhythm, NSS and all that. I was an awardee by the governor for NSS. All of you should clap. Let me see whether you are sincere or not. Clap. Stop. None of you are sincere. None of you are sincere. How do I know from here? If you have clapped well, your hand would have been paining and you would have been looking at it. Now I will come in between and see. And if your hand is not red, I will make your cheeks red. Clap!